superstar cornerback, who played his part to perfection last week with 3 interceptions. It's the Desperados and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Today, it's week 3. And our home team. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Mexico City team as they enter play here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Throwing to start the drive. Stewart. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the bootleg. Stewart. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there keeping the toes in bounds. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. From the gun on third down. Stewart. And he fires one that's intercepted. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And some room to work. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them? Great tendency. You can go play action and go for the big shot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I can't imagine this defense thought they'd see a play like this on 3rd and short. If you're going to beat a defense deep, you got to catch them when they're not expecting it. That was the perfect time to do it, and it paid off big. And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead,
and it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the air. And the Desperados take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Stewart. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stewart. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun. Stewart. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stewart. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They go play action here on 1st down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the 1st down.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The Commanders' offense set to take over. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Stewart. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. A gain of 15. 1st down, Washington.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Stewart toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on. Taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Straight ahead, Gibson. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
Holding. Defense.
Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles.
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get...
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And got his man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he stopped immediately there. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Looking to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Desperados go up by 2 touchdowns. A Able to punch it in on third down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll run with Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stewart. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Stewart. And that is incomplete. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Able to slither by. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And that will come the 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hands it off out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. It's a pickup of 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 22.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd and 5. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown! From 13 yards out. And the Desperados will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that 3rd down call, the goal is to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it is now 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Stewart, they'll set up the screen for Gibson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Complete, it's Dotson. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Stewart going right back to Dotson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Coming across the field, he finds Dotson. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. will begin just up the road right here in Florida, an AFC South matchup between Tennessee and Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. The former Buckeye, Justin Fields, with a touchdown pass. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that game all even as they host the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he'll get this up past the. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Gibson again. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stewart. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Again, he'll drop to throw. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A nice little juke. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and marking at the 5. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did before tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Back to throw here. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. He's going to keep this again. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
The Washington offense back out there. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So little by little, the better of these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the 3rd quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points, this is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
And he returns this to the 22. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. With the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find this don't quit competing.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Stewart. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Stewart. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throw across his body, and it's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Stewart. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Stewart.
This one left side caught by Gibson. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
See how they respond now. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now they'll run on the draw. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now back to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame him?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got room. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Washington offense set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing to start the drive. Stewart, open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Stewart over the middle. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Operating from the gun. Stewart out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. From the gun on 3rd down. Stewart flush to his right. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to get him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. Stewart, middle of the field. He's got McLaurin.
Looking to throw on second down. Stewart
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run right on the option.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 50 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Eluding the pressure right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
He'll try again.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to send him back on 2nd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll go option to the short side. And a solid run down inside the 30. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for the home team here, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.